Hello everyone, it's your favorite FGC VTuber. So today, what we're going to talk about is our local slash majors dying. You guys can see from the title of the video, and I guess a good way to show you right here. So actually the first one to bring this up was actually, shout out to FGC, TV FGC. Huge fan goals, please check them out. They've been doing great work. So I mean, I post them on comments if you check it out in the video. By the way, I'll link below. If not, I mean, we'll put it, you guys can see. But the main thing is saying, are majors dying? And so this might be a weird question. A lot of people haven't even thought about it, but it didn't even occur to me as well. But it's something I kind of had at the back of my neck, or thought, back of my head. I said neck. But yeah, I stopped by briefly for Defend the North. Good stuff. Yeah, here's the original post on Twitter. I actually ran into it, right? And I stopped by briefly at Defend the North event. Looked very good, but to be honest, it's disappointing to see the turn of event, or see turnout. Folks really not realizing what is happening to the FGC scene. I kind of have, but now I'm really putting into perspective. Think about this. All the events are going away due to lack of support from the FGC. Is trying to foster in money for me and not for the... That is true. Yeah, West Coast. Yeah, no, Canada Cup. Like, to me, the first one that I heard was definitely Canada Cup. I was like, what? No, Canada Cup. And mind you, it was from an actual Canadian who told me this shit. Yeah, they're all gone. Yeah, no, they're just gone, and not surprised at this one. But hey, we still got CO, like the big ones, but you kind of need them, the big, small ones. And my immediate thought was like, there's just not money. Like, and to me, it's like, you gotta postpone them. Like, they just can't happen currently. I think that's the #1 thing we can all agree, is the economy just doesn't want this. Like, I can barely make it to my locals here in Chicago, purely because of how tight fucking money is, right? I think that's the #1 thing people really gotta realize. But I think there could be other small, minor things, as you guys can see from the thumbnail I'm gonna put as well. Yeah, see, look, oh, Edelmac Lock said it best. Everything costs too much for both organizers and attendees. Oh, yeah, true, and the organizers. I also think the current rotations of games are pretty good, but not amazing enough to... Yes! Yes! Absolutely! Like, I'm not really that motivated to play anything. Like, Street Fighter 6 is the hypest thing. Strive had it, but they dropped it. So fucking bad, both for a casual... I mean, 3v3 might actually... Like, to me, if they make 3v3s for Strive, they can make the comeback. Absolutely. Mortal Kombat dropped the ball. Tekken 8, who gives a shit? You know, like, Tekken fucked itself at 7. Yes, we saw the direction they're headed, so me as a competitor, like, I don't care. And the average person, I guess, it depends. Either you're into Tekken or you're not. And also, Tekken's just too slow. It'll never be the premier event. Nothing will motivate me to make this mainstream, sadly. We're waiting for my game. That's what really we're waiting for, let's be real. And also, the funny thing is, you have to come to me, and I have to give you permission to let... You can't just have it, bitch. It'll be a typical OK game. Yeah, OK games aren't gonna make it for the FGC. For me, it all went downhill since 2010, the insurrection of the headbot. That has literally nothing to do. Really? Really? Also, the fact I prefer online over off. Yeah, no. It's more so what the event is offering. The players, Tekken, Street Fighter are all looking for tour events for a chance to big one. Yeah, no, he's right. Yeah. Like, what are people who want to... Let's say a quarter want to go to make it big. The only one that literally matters is straight up Street Fighter. Other players will realize over time, yeah, there's no point in being in anything but Street Fighter. Tokido himself said, like, oh, I'm not going to play Tekken, I'm going to go play Street Fighter because that's where the money's at, right? And really, Tekken and Street Fighter are the ones who are doing good tours. Our tour is trash. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, I agree. The whole is pretty much done and the big money. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's done, but we're going to be on hiatus for the next 10 years, in my opinion. Lack of sponsorships. How much does it cost for Tio? Does anyone have any breakdown? I mean, dude, it's not even that hard, but... I think LK did a whole video. Is Texan Showdown a joke to you? I mean, that's not the point. How is that being a channel? Like, homie, it's one of the bigger ones, if anything. I like that the cost and event. Yeah, let's see. You forget about final round. Yeah, you're right. It was like Canada Cup not existing is no loss. Really? It's interesting. I would consider it a loss. That's just to me, personally. I mean, dude, it's NBC. Who gives a shit? See, that's the problem. Like, these games are just dead man games. Like, no one really cares. I mean, at the end of the other things what we need, some of these, like, what about the 6 people that do want to play? You gotta have something for them to play, right? Like, that's kind of the whole point of the FGC. Yeah, and the support of the PS4 supporting poorly made us at 5, it would have made us in Destiny. I mean, I think we do, I think for sure we have to switch to, what's it called? PC, because I was even contemplating of actually hosting a local here over by where my restaurant is. It's like, oh, I could do it after hours, and then I clean up anyways. And the amount of money I was thinking of investing, like, I have to go to PC, because it'd be too much of a pain to have people who come with Xbox controllers and everything, and then have to get adapters. Like, no, fuck that shit. Like, I know we say it's this and that, but if we're being honest, we have to put the bill for PC. We just straight up have to. And the funny thing is, it's actually cheaper. Well, technically PS5s are cheaper, but getting your hands on one is a bit of a bitch. But to get a playable experience, you can get a comparable PC for the same price. And even then, are you really trying to push the graphics? Like, no, it's playable settings for... Or, like, really, actually, now of all times, totally. I mean, right now, I got a GTX 1070. Heck, you can get one really cheap. No, you get, like, a Titan X for, like, $200, basically, or $300. You know, think about that, $1,000 GPU, marked off. I think that is actually a sub factor. I think some people happen to be, oh, I'm not gonna get it after. Like, you do have to make things super convenient for the average person, and I think PC really, it's not just a plus for people who, like us, who really like low input delay, this, that, whatever, but like even for the casuals. But I mean, I would still have like say PS setups and Xbox. I have them, but I would, to make my job easier, I'd be like, yeah, PC setups all the fucking way. Then the main one, I put like some big hefty shit, maybe an RTX card, just so it can definitely run Street Fighter, but smoothly, right? And if anything, I would also invest in trying to make sure that they're really portable and easy. So, like, not super low profile, but something that's like portable, right? If anything, probably 3D print the case in itself. But yeah, no, I think majors aren't dying necessarily, or I know that's the word, like I forget what the order is, but you know, you got locals and big events for locals, then you got the like the mid tier, and then after that it's like the big boys. It's not that much in betweens, because that's how our guys do it. Like, we'll have like a big major, or you know, a big event for our shit, but it's super local. But guess what? The biggest event for us is going to Combo Breaker, right? So shit. Part of it's publicity, but yeah, no, I think they kind of are. Like I said, we have to give it a minute. And the thing is, like, it's just money. The number one thing is money. Also, last thing I want to really talk about is the fact that what reason do people really have to watch? Like, what makes it entertaining is the personalities, and not that many. I mean, Japan has been killing it. They've been killing it and getting the personalities out there. Street Fighter League is way fucking better. They're just more entertaining. They know what the entertainment value is. It's the same reason why I have a beef with most streamers in general, especially even some VTubers. Like, where's your content? Like not everyone's gonna have the time to just simply watch this live or really cares to. Sometimes people want the highlights. This and that. I think we need. We said it hundreds of times. We need more content. We need better content. In Japan was one of the most lackluster for years, and they've caught up fucking hard. I don't think they're still quite there yet, but I think they're doing a better job than I would say the average FGC member. And some are, and they're slowly getting better. I would like to say there's, I think in the near future right now, as we're having a lot of people are getting into it. I've noticed personally, are having a really great mindset on actually getting content out. And maybe we have Macho Dude. I think it was not just someone else, but you can see they're up with my level. They were getting 1,000K, and they were slowly getting up. We're getting more notice, right? But the thing is, the core of the problem is that no one cares about these fighting games like that, and you have to already have a big personality or good advertisement. And as it stands right now, no one wants to, like I said, Street Fighter 6, the only reason it's really big is because of Avatar, World Tour, and all that stuff. And that's what I want to say is that Sajam Slam proved what we need in the FGC, and that's what we need: personality events. Like clearly none of these people are actually good. Like, I guarantee you the average person listening to this can fucking clap that for free. But guess what? They have a shit ton of people that follow them. And why did they get into Street Fighter 6, for example? It's like, oh, actual fucking World Tour. It has fucking content. It's a cascading effect. Because at the end of the day, right now, you're in a situation where it's oversaturated both for YouTube and Twitch. Actually trying to grow is a pain in the ass. I actually talked about this in the podcast before. But yeah, that's the main things I want to get. And of course, if you want more thoughts, we talked about this a bit. Even I talked about why I personally don't give a shit about Evo and all that kind of stuff. Go check out the podcast that we did recently about Evo. Or Vibecast. You gotta get that right. But yeah, I mean, they're still going to be around, but I think for a lot of the mid-tier ones, they're pretty screwed. I think local ones, like when they still have their big ones, like, I mean, at the end of the day, still a small one, they just struggle in getting their name out there more than anything. And they're nowhere near the price of some of these events, right? But yeah, no, like I said, it's just at this point, I would say they'd be on hiatus. That's not a deathbed sentence. It's not that hard to realize, man. That's just expensive as fuck. And right now, motherfuckers out here trying, you know, fucking just pay for gas. You know, that's the biggest thing, dude. Just no. If anything, who knows? Maybe this is a sign of just how I think in the future majors in America won't be it. If anything, they might be like Japan or other countries that have really fucking good transportation. You know, so I think it's a good thing that we have like Evo Japan, France, and all the other ones coming up. Because, like, think about it, it's cheaper for you to travel to another country than travel in your own because of how expensive gas and food and all this other bullshit is. So it's just better. And you know, might as well take a vacation because at the end of the day, you are anyways. Might as well. I think it'll be better for a lot of the other countries too, because at the end of the day, America's the one that gets the main thing. It'll just suck a lot for the people here, and in that case, hopefully we can increase far more into locals, right? And they have their big major, and then usually the only people who will really show up are people from around the area. Then if anyone thinks they're really good or want to have a vacation, they could go to like I did. I went to vacation, went to Japan, and went to also Evo Japan too. It's a 2-in-1, you know. But that's gonna be a long time. I give it 10 years before people can have the money to even travel, low key. I mean, am I not wrong? You're basically spending $1,000 to make it to fucking. Like, if you're, say, New York or Chicago, and you either want to pay for a plane trip, or you want to go there, you gotta have food, get ready, the hotel, you could just pay that much for the fucking plane ticket. And then if you're smart enough like me, you can pay for a hostel or Airbnb, and even then, if it is a hotel, it's due to the convergency rate, it's way cheaper than a hotel fucking there. So you'd be basically paying the same amount of price, but you get to go to a different country. Oh. But yeah, that's it. That's all I want to get my thoughts about. And yeah, remember, go check out TVFGC. Oh, they're gone. And of course, go check out the podcast we talked about Evo. And that's it. Remember, every day is great when you're chibi.